That's what I'm finding at the moment.
What's up, guys? So myself and James are here today at Ultraflex in Derby, brand new gym. Really, really cool gym. We're basically here just to like catch up, chat a lot of crap, get a great workout. We're going to be doing a push workout today. We're going to be answering some of your questions throughout as well. So come follow along as we take you through our workout and just chat some rubbish.
How does it feel to train with somebody who's potentially stronger than you?
Well, I know he's stronger than me. That was kind of the reality of the day. Like, I know he's pressing like 70 kg dumbbells at the moment. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But like, the reason why we do stuff like this first, generally, is to pre-fatigue. Like, we're pre-fatiguing, getting lots of blood in the muscle. So it means that when we go to heavy press, and obviously he's going to be pressing heavier than what I do, you can actually feel your muscle working, so you can feel your pecs working, you can feel your shoulders working, etc. Rather than doing this stuff at the end, which there's nothing wrong with doing it at the end, but if you start out with it, puts you in a nicer position, blood's in the muscle, you just get some better kind of reps out with the compounds, didn't you, really?
When I was younger, I used to go straight in, bench press first. I got all my energy, as heavy as I can get. But then as you get older, it's not about how much I can lift now, it's you know, how much muscle I can activate and how big I can get, quite simply.
Yeah, we're both at what, 35? Are you 35? Are you 35?
33, 34 this year.
I'm older than you.
You're masters,
Yeah,
mate.
I'm past it, mate. I'm in the masters category.
Yeah. Are we doing that?
Yeah, we'll do masters and we'll do open.
Yeah?
Because rather than going novice,
You'd either do first timers, masters or open. Novices like in between them.
yeah,
People
okay,
who have competed before. But typically you get the same people in first timers, beginners, novice anyway.
Yeah.
So
I think the Chesham show just has first timers.
they'll be there, I'm sure it'll be there. Oh.
So we basically got a bunch of questions from you over the past few weeks. So what we're going to do is we're going to answer some of those questions during our workouts as well. So while I'm doing this set, James is going to answer the first question, which is I think quite applicable to what we're doing here. So, does exercise order matter?
So, does exercise order matter? In short, I think it does, to a certain degree. If someone is on a piece of kit that I need to use, yes, I will, swap and do something else in a different order. But ideally, I like to keep things in the same order, week in, week out. This way, I have that consistency when I'm tracking my numbers in the gym. So if I'm doing, I don't know, we're going to do press as a third movement today. If I do it first, next week, I'd expect my numbers to be a lot higher. Then if I shuffle it to fifth next time, there'll be a lot of discrepancy in the numbers and it's not able to track as clearly as possible.
I suppose it's quite applicable to what we've seen over the last couple of months because we've had so many, like just with our online clients, for example, you obviously have a lot of January starters. So gyms are like packed in January and they still are. So you've got you've obviously set exercises in a certain order, but you might come to the gym and think, okay, someone's using that, and that's my first exercise. Oh, second exercise, someone's using that. Yeah. And we're having to find people are having to do their third exercise first, and then come back to their first exercise. But exactly as you said,
in an ideal world, we'd keep to the order.
Yeah.
But we know time restraints. We have to get home. We have things to do. So the most important thing is to train to failure, to train as hard as you possibly can, and don't worry about the extras.
Don't be. So let's say James is doing that, which is in a second, and I want to use that first. Don't be the person that's like, okay, I'm just going to wait for you to finish that set.
Stop it.
What's your first session with Gareth?
It is actually.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time we actually trained together. So I need to put him through his paces.
The trouble is, I'm on 2,200 to 2,500 calories.
And I'm on about 5,000.
Yeah, that's the difference right now.
Mate, my meal last night, so I get a 3 meal on a rest day,
Yeah.
and it's that one meal is 1,500 calories.
No.
One meal. And I'm like, you've got a meal. Not many meals are 1,500 calories.
Yeah.
Because it's not supposed to be shit. So then I have to like top it up with like some cereal or something. Massive bowl of pasta, garlic bread. I'm like, that's not even 1,500 calories.
Yeah.
And I don't even want it.
Yeah. That's pretty light, by the way.
Look at this.
The stepping on stage thing is just completely new for me. Like, obviously I've done like photo shoots before, and like the dieting process, training process, that kind of comes easy to me. I've got the mindset for it. I've got the drive, motivation to do that stuff. But when it comes to stepping on stage, like it's completely outside my comfort zone. So really the drive to step on stage is simply doing something that I'm not comfortable with, and just showing that I can do it. It's the posing side, in all honesty. Like, I'm fine getting my shirt off and doing photo shoots and stuff, but when it comes to getting on stage, stood in front of loads of people, pulling poses,
Right.
it feels like, because it's like choreography to me. Like, and I'm not like dancing.
Yeah.
Like, I am horrific. So that's the thing that's kind of like, I'm just showing that I can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll never forget my first show,
Yeah.
ever. I was sick on the way there. I had butterflies.
Yeah.
I mixed vodka and pre-workout. I did all these mad things.
Yeah.
But once you like cross the line and you're on that stage, like, you forget everything anyway. There's
Yeah.
people staring at you, the bright light in your face. You just smile and do whatever you can.
Yeah.
Have a great time and then eat some food.
You know what the pushing thing was? The pushing thing was when you simply said to me, I think it was over text message or something, you like, just get on stage, put a few poses, smile and come off. It's just how you made it just seem like, yeah, like if you think about it as simply as it is, like, it just made it more realistic.
I think that's the problem with loads of people nowadays, because so many people bodybuild.
Yeah.
It builds up in like first timers' heads that it's this humongous thing.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it is a big thing, but when you make it bigger than it actually is,
Yeah.
it becomes more daunting and less likely to actually do it,
Yeah.
and less enjoyable. And your first show, to be fair, every show should be somewhat enjoyable, or
Yeah.
otherwise don't do it. What's the point?
But it's like with like transformation clients, like pushing someone to. Look, it's not to say I ever push anyone, but for someone to do a photo shoot, like I remember the first time I did a photo shoot and I was absolutely bricking it. But once I'd done it, I was like, I just got the bug.
Yeah.
I was like, I've got to do this again and again and again. And it wasn't anything to do with the dieting process or the training process. It was almost that like the high I got after it.
Yeah, it's that achievement. It's just
Yeah.
achieving something that you dedicated so much time, and I've done this.
Yeah.
It's like you said about being this uncomfortable doing something new.
Yeah.
So one of my targets now, I've actually spoke to a gym
Yeah.
about doing swimming lessons.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't.
So I'm like, I'm gonna go start some swimming lessons. Like, it's the same. I don't know how to describe it. It's achieving something you can't do, and it's obviously being the size I am. I know it's not going to be very easy.
You're not going to float
but
very
it'll be,
well.
yeah. But it's going to be that much more rewarding when it's harder.
Yeah. Can you swim at all now?
I'd probably get to, I don't know, not very far. Not very far.
It's way too light.
Too light.
Way too light, yeah.
It looks so heavy. Like the massive
Chuck
plates
another
on
20
it.
on there. It might be too heavy now. We'll see how it feels.
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
Never tried it yet. We're good, let's save it. Just work up feeder sets into a top set. Stop, save it, stop. We've got more.
Shut up.
We're gonna need more. When you get to 3-4 plates, then you're gonna be like, shit,
All right. I don't think I'll get there.
It's a little bit flary. Hang on a minute, am I out pressing you?
I can't fucking fit.
I'm not going all the way down it, I'm like ears and up. It's a bit flary
Yeah, it's right.
on the elbows.
But I think it's already back.
Is it going to feel alright? Oh, there you go. That's as far back as it goes.
There's a tiny bit extra because it's not in the latch.
How hard should the set be? So I think this is coming from a how many reps should I have left in a tank / to RIR,
reserve, yeah.
all that kind of stuff kind of question. So how hard should a set be?
I think you should. I think the term training to failure like puts people off, but ultimately you want to go into the gym and train as hard as you possibly can throughout your workout. Quite simple as that. And I think that changes week to week. You know, sleep changes, stress changes, nutrition changes, and there are other factors to that you might not progress on your lift, but as long as you're training as hard as you can, job done.
Yeah, I think I completely agree. I'll come at it from a different angle than James. So actually, I think within the last month, there's studies come out that actually compared training to failure versus training with, I think there were 2 reps left in the tank. So 2 RIR, if you want to use that kind of terminology. And actually they showed, if I remember rightly, that the gains, the hypertrophy they experienced from it were the exact same training to failure versus 2 reps left in the tank. However, from an experience point of view, there's not much in it training to absolute failure versus 2 reps left in the tank. The reality is when you say to someone, don't train to failure, they've probably got 5, 6, 7 reps left in the tank. So what I would probably say is you don't necessarily every set need to train to absolute failure, but as long as you're very, very close to it, then the results are going to be relatively similar, but you should always be pushing yourself as hard as you possibly can.
With those studies, I always find, are they, you know, is the sample group they're using bodybuilders?
Exactly.
Are they training experienced lifters who actually know what training to failure is? Just because your last rep's slower doesn't mean you're training to failure. So I think you have to take those studies with a pinch of salt when in regards to
be fair,
normal population.
And actually, if I remember rightly again, I think the average, I could be completely wrong, but the average was something like it was either 7 or 11 years resistance training experience. So from a study standpoint, where most of them are usually university students who are experienced, which means nothing, this one did actually use relatively experienced people, so they knew what 2 reps left in the tank felt like versus absolute failure. But look, exactly as Jones said, this was
hard one.
This was meant to be a minute answer.
No, but we're not finished.
I don't want to be telling people you can train and having lots of reps left in the tank. I think you should be working as hard as you possibly can. Yeah. I think that's the
bottom line.
That's the bottom line. Yeah, how many am I doing?
Many. This is a question. Does your body, like I had this conversation, I think it was Vass. Your body can't count. So it doesn't matter really.
Your body can't count, yeah, true.
Might be 1, come on. Yep, come on. No. Straight in, drop set.
Yeah, go on then. Turn that on.
Put the 10 back on.
It's just the position of this one, it just does not feel.
Come on. Good. More. Again. Finish it.
We do another drop, go on.
Come on. Just a 10.
Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Three, 4, 5, come on. At least 8, let's go. Drive. Again. Finish it.
No, mate.
I can't pull much from here.
I know. So really just give a quick update on what we've done in our workouts. So we started out with some pre-fatigue stuff, some isolation stuff, like a pec fly variation, lateral raise variation, shoulder press machine, and now we're on this. So we're basically going a little bit from shoulders into chest now. So hitting our compounds. Because my calories are quite low at the moment, I just prefer to stick to machines. I can go closer to failure. So yeah, so next set, here we go. So really with this one, I'm actually not focused so much on the weight. I'm just thinking of this as a chest exercise, trying to get that targeted tension, trying to feel it in my chest, getting that big squeeze at the top, and then getting as much range of motion at the bottom as I can. So massive stretch, trying to feel that in my pecs. Not about the weight here. Weight's just a tool. Probably about 12 reps I might get to, something like that. So I've done about 2 sets by this point, and James is still talking. So you might see a third set.
Oh, is he having a pop? I'm on. I'll be back.
I've done 2 sets. They're pretty relatively easy sets. Yeah, you got to push it away. What do you think?
Oh, God.
Too big for the chair?
Mate, when I get uncomfortable at these like body weights. My back starts hurting just walking.
Why is that?
I'm not a big person like naturally. I'm like,
yeah.
When I used to play football, 80 to 83 kilos.
Oh, wow.
And now I'm like 107.
Yeah.
It's not for small joints and all that. And even just the rack pulling and squatting for years is not, you just compress your spine, don't you?
Yeah.
I was watching Flex Wheeler, was talking about it, and he didn't squat like super heavy. Because when your waist is like that, you're not supposed to put fucking, it doesn't make logical sense, does it?
Yeah.
But
you can't squat heavy unless you've got a strong core.
Yeah.
And like just a thick midsection.
Or you strengthen your core by doing it, and then you.
Yeah.
I didn't squat. I don't know. It's a weird one. Did you want some more questions?
This is a good one. Okay. So next question we've got, this is quite applicable. So thoughts on things like lifting straps and weight belts?
So my thoughts on lifting straps are, they've changed over the years so much. So when I was a lot younger, I was fully against them. I thought if you can't hold the weight yourself, then you have no right lifting it. But as I've progressed more in my bodybuilding career, I've realized that to leave the ego at the door, and I really just want to work the muscle I'm working on. So if I'm doing a row and I can strap my wrist and my arms to the machine, and I can get a better engagement and better connection with my muscles and my back, then why not use it?
Okay, so should you wear a lifting belt? As you can see, James is wearing a lifting belt right now. So thoughts on lifting belts really. At the end of the day, for warm-up sets and things like that, if you don't absolutely necessarily need one, don't use one. For warm-up sets, let's say you're doing like heavy RDLs or something, I would try and hold off using one for as many sets as possible until you get to your top sets. That being said, it does increase intra-abdominal pressure, keeps everything nice and tight. You can tend to lift a little bit more weight doing it, a little bit safer as well. I would recommend a lifting belt, only if you need one. I don't think they're absolutely necessary, but if you need one, 100% go for it. I've got a question. I've got a really good question actually, because this is quite of the moment, partial reps. So your take on partial reps and when you use it?
It's a big thing now, isn't it? Because of Sam Salek.
Okay.
I don't know if he does it with intent,
But
but there's supposed to be lots of research that you can recruit just as much muscle fibers doing it. My take and my approach is normally, like you just saw in my last set, once I hit almost failure, if I can get some more partials out, I will, just to add intensity to the desired muscle. But that being said, some of my training plan does have some, my brain's gone, some partial reps programmed in as well. So, and one I can think of is a chest press. I might do 3 variations of a chest press and 1 on my chest day. But the last one is like a pin-loaded normal machine, and I'll work in the partial range.
Partial range. But how big's your partial range on that? Is it, or is it more just not locking out?
It's not locking out.
Yeah.
Basically,
I'm the same when it comes to partials. Like, I would prefer to use it and program it more like a drop set, or just not even program it and just say, look, exactly as you've just done, do an extra few at the end of partials if you can, or at the back end of a workout, partials. Like, I quite like partial forehead push-ups to finish sometimes and things like that. Are quite cool to program, but I wouldn't use it as a standalone beginning of the workout or do your whole workout as partials, because the research says that lengthened partials might be better for hypertrophy.
Well, that's like
full range.
I don't work in absolutes on everything, anything.
No.
So I know a lot of my workouts are top set and back off, but there are some where they're just straight 10s, there are some that are straight 15s. I try to use a range of everything to hopefully get the best of everything.
That's the trouble. Like, it gets very, very confusing for like the mainstream public. Like, it can be confusing for us as coaches sometimes as well. Like when you're hearing things from different sources and this quotes this research and this quotes this and whatever, it can be confusing for us as well sometimes. Luckily, we can kind of see through a lot of the BS. But I understand why so many people just get confused, because there's so many different things out there.
But that's where...
And people don't like to say, it depends.
Yeah.
People like to say, talking absolutes.
But you don't get views if you say it depends.
No.
But what I tell my clients are, or I like to see them do, is try it. Like, and stick with it. We're not changing your workouts every week for entertainment purposes. We've got a goal. So if we're gonna, I don't know, work in top set and back off and we want to try that, let's do that for an extended period of time and see how your body responds and see how you feel. If it doesn't work, pop it off, do something else. And if it does, we keep it in and keep moving forward.
Just because someone else is doing it doesn't mean you have to do it as well. Should we move on? Did you just,
Yeah, I'm done.
This is quite an easy set, to be fair.
Easy.
Easy-ish, yeah. I'll do it quick.
You said Lululemon, what are they like?
You know what? I've got a pair that looks the exact same from Gymshark. The Gymshark pair was 30 quid, and these were 110.
Oh, I thought they were cheap.
No. No, Lululemon's expensive. But I can train legs in these.
Oh, so they are
if
good
I wanted
then.
to. I normally wear these as like, I'll wear these at the airport kind of thing. I wouldn't normally wear them at the gym, but to be honest, most of my stuff's already packed. So I didn't have a lot to wear today, Saturday. But I'm looking after my little man for most of Saturday. She comes home and I go.
And then she gets her last break.
It's, yeah.
Netflix or YouTube, what's your go-to?
Netflix or YouTube? None. You know what? No. Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
I'm a fan of Disney Plus, just because of Harvey, my little one. I like, to be honest, like, I don't watch loads of TV, but I might watch like one show, like one half an hour show or an hour tops in the evening, like just to help my brain switch off. And I like things that are easy to watch, like Modern Family, and they've got like load of reruns of Modern Family.
I tried it the other day, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced yet.
No,
You have to get into something. Yeah.
Or I'm really bad with names of shows, but like I'm into like South Park and stuff. Like I'll watch an episode of South Park just because it's absolute rubbish and it doesn't cause you to your brain. Yeah. It's just a switch off. I'll tell you what I'm watching. So my morning cardio sessions at the moment is Netflix and The Office, the American Office. So I'm watching reruns of, I don't know why.
I've heard good views, I haven't seen that either.
What do you watch then?
I normally watch YouTube, so whoever's training, eating, doing the bodybuilding stuff. Most evenings watching the football if it's on.
Yeah.
And while he's awake, you watch Paw Patrol on repeat.
Who won last night? Man U?
Yeah, we won 1-0. 90th minute.
I've watched the first half. It was a decent game in the first half.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be.
I know.
But that is one thing I recommend to clients when they complain about cardio, to find something that you can just distract yourself from.
Yeah.
I've had to do, last year was 2 hours of cardio. So you can find something that you can fully get engrossed in.
Yeah.
And then the cardio kind of takes care of itself. Especially when you're on a machine, like a treadmill or stem after that, is at a constant pace. You have to move your legs or you're going to fall off. So, but yeah. But I need to, there's a new Game of Thrones series spin-off or something. Have you watched that?
I did. Yeah, it was all right. It was decent. It's probably one of those like Game of Thrones where like you just get more and more into it after each season.
Yeah, until the last one was terrible.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be because.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have tried that.
What motivates you to like stay in shape? I think that's one of the questions I get asked. Like, and we talk about just getting it done, but that's because like we're in it. We are at the point where we get it done. But what gets us to that? What gets us to that point every day to make sure we're getting it done, or like throughout?
It's like to be a better version of myself. So I'm super competitive. So when I played football, I wanted to be the best football player. And now I compete, I want to be the best competitor.
Yeah.
So when I stop competing, I'm going to find something else and I'm going to want to be the best I can be at that. And I know to be the best competitor, even to be the best coach, I need to somewhat look the part.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I need to be as big as I am, but I do need to look healthy. I need to take care of myself. So that requires, you know, eating my food, doing my cardio, doing my training regularly.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
I come at it from probably quite a different angle. Like, I've got that competitive nature, similar background, but with rugby. So there's always the element of competition. But for me, especially when I was growing up, I've always had like a bit of body dysmorphia kind of thing. So for me, it's always been about just feeling good. So when I train, I just feel good about myself. You know, I feel better in my clothes. So that's what motivates me to stay kind of on track and to continue training. It's because I'm always thinking about how good I feel after that workout, or, you know, in 6 weeks time, 8 weeks time, whatever, how good I feel in my clothes. It's a confidence thing, you know, because it's not to say I suffer with confidence, but I just feel better about myself if I feel as though I'm in shape. Yeah. And also, I just want to feel healthy. Like, and we all have like joint issues every now and then, but I can't imagine being one of those people that wake up and just feeling out of shape. Like, yeah, there've been periods of time where I've been a bit more overweight and a bit more fluffy and been out of shape, but I can't imagine getting to that point where I would just be so much out of shape.
Yeah.
If
I feel like when you have children and family, I know they're young now,
yeah.
both our children are 2, but as they get older, they're going to play football, or play rugby, and we're going to have to run around with them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a motivating thing to be able to do that with him. Yeah. For me, anyway.
It's kind of like, you know, when people say, I want to be a young dad.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really what they're saying. It's they want to be a dad that can run around with their kids.
Yeah.
You know, age is almost irrelevant. Like, I've seen 60-year-olds that are fitter than 18-year-olds. Like, I want to be the 80-year-old that's out pressing the 20-year-old. Like, and feel better.
I've noticed over time, when I was younger, everything was barbells, dumbbells, everything.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I fucking use the machine on everything.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the only thing barbell I'm doing at the moment, I'm barbell RDLing because so the heaviest dumbbell, I said to you earlier, the heaviest dumbbells at my gym are 50 kgs. So it needs to like, I'm lifting more than 50 kgs for dumbbell RDLs. So I have to use a barbell. I think that's it. I incline press sometimes with a barbell, feels all right. But most of the time, let's say I'm consistent and going heavy on that for 3 weeks in a row, my shoulders just feel like glass. Like, I'd rather just go machines.
I'm trying to think, I think I only rack pull, and sometimes I'll dumbbell
Rack pull,
shoulder press or
rack
press.
pull,
But that's only because if that was a rack pull machine, I probably would just do that.
Yeah, yeah. Rack pulls in the Smith don't feel right to me either.
No, I don't like it.
The angles are just... I'm done.
One more.
Go on then. Go on then.
You've got one more.
I made that drop set. All right, one more.
Oh, did you do a drop set?
I did a drop set, but I'll do one more. You got both of us in the camera, have you? Okay. So we've just finished our workout. So basically what we've just done, we've just sat down, we've both got food to eat. James has got, what have you got?
I've got a lot of food here. This is like, I think this is, you know when you store like meal prep, so you cooked all your rice, and you got the week's rice in there. But I've got
It's bigger than I thought actually. Look at it. Look at this.
150 grams cream of rice, 70 grams whey, and then blueberries as well.
Right. So obviously, like I'm cutting at the moment, so I've got sometimes it's like Cocoa Pops, but I'm really big into like rice checks. So I've got blueberry rice checks. Got 100 grams of blueberry rice checks.
Nobody knows what rice checks are.
No, yes, they do. If you're from the US, you'll know what rice checks are. If you're from the UK, the easiest way to describe them are shreddies made of rice. They look shreddy-like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I've got, anyway, 100 grams of rice checks, and then this is a protein shake, and I basically just use that as milk. And so it's basically according to like my meal plan. So I'm on track, so although obviously we've both travelled to get here, basically just kind of staying on track really, haven't we?
Yeah, well, we had a podcast the other day, which I don't think it's probably out yet, before this comes out, but I was talking about travelling, how to stay on track while travelling. So I had a meal before I came, this is here, and I shouldn't need another meal, but just in case, there might be traffic or blah, 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 or I end up here a bit longer, I've got another meal, so this way you don't fall short and then you have to go to McDonald's because that's all that was available.
Yeah, like, to be honest, one of the best things for me right now is looking forward to finishing my workout to get a bowl of cereal. Like, that's not to say like the rest of my life, so terrible. I'm just looking forward to finishing my workout and getting in my my cereal. But like, you just look forward to it, finishing your workout and having something.
You could tell we're at opposite phases of, preps. I'm deep in the off season. We're not gonna say deep into prep, but I have no desire to really eat. I can eat, I'm just not very hungry. So I'm not at the stage of force feeding yet, but yeah.
Receptionist, we've got one of the receptionists laughing at us eating at the moment.
Oh.
One question actually I want to ask you is handling being a dad and sticking to, I suppose people just see it as like us just getting it done, but the reality is obviously like, yes, we get it done, but it doesn't come easy. We still have to like fit that in around the rest of our lives. We're both busy with work, working crazy hours sometimes, always replying to clients at whatever hours of the day, have kids that are both in their terrible twos. Has your schedule changed much since having a little one?
So for me, it's just about planning ahead, although it doesn't always work because as routine as he is, Micah is, there are days when he wakes up at different times. So I try to wake up a little bit earlier to do my cardio. Actually, I'm lying. I've changed that. I was trying to wake up a little bit earlier, but sometimes he was waking up even earlier, so it'd throw things off a bit. But where I'm only doing 25 minutes cardio, I now typically tag it onto the back of my workout rather than in the morning. So it's just working with what you can do to make it work. So I'm up a bit earlier now, but now I'll just do work.
Yeah.
So if I get on a laptop, do some work, do some replies, and if he wakes up, it's not a problem. So just trying to balance it out. But things I find help are like having my meal with him. He's occupied, so he's not eating my food at this point as well. What else do we do? And I guess just trying to be active with him. So I've actually bought him a scooter, should be here today.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he gets good on that, and then I can get loads of steps in while he just scoots around as well.
That might be. I bought Harvey one of these bikes the other day that you stand on.
Oh yeah.
So can't remember what they're called. You
know
hold
what
on.
you're talking
Walker? No, not walkers.
I know what it's called. It's got like a bug on it.
Yeah. And I thought, great, I can get some
called?
extra steps in. He can like be behind and walk with me, and I can be with the dog or whatever. But like, he's not quite there yet.
We've got two of those things.
Yeah.
What are they called?
They've got a specific name.
Yeah.
I know. That's gonna really bug me now on the drive home. I want to say walker, but it's not a walker.
No, it's not a walker. But he's got them. He doesn't really use it, to be honest. So I'm hoping the scooter will do the job. But I think having kids or having work and having a social life, it just all comes down to planning. So planning your meals, planning when you're going to train, even if that means, you know, one thing I do say is when you finish work, go straight to gym. Don't go home. Don't give yourself opportunity to not get out of the sofa. And with doing that, you kind of beat the crowd. So if you finish work at 5, you might be able to get in very quickly after, and then you might be able to be out before the heavy rush, and then you get to get home and enjoy your evening rather than do it the other way around.
Yeah. I think, guys, we're going to love you and leave you now. My rice checks are getting soggy and I want to eat them in peace. And James wants to have a mouthful of cream of rice without spitting it up.
I don't even want it.
Yeah. So guys, we'll see you soon. Thanks for following along. Remember to, look, if you've got any questions, whatever, drop them below. We'll drop any links for coaching, etc. in any of the any of the comments below in the description. We're going to enjoy our food and then have a nice long drive home. And we'll speak to you soon.
But remember to let us know what you want to see next in our videos. Maybe let us know what you want to hear us talk about on our podcast. And to find us on Instagram, JamesWalters_IFBB Pro, the Fitness Maverick, and together we are Elite Physique Training.
Find us on Instagram, elite-physique-training. Yeah, you'll find us there. Anyway, guys, chat to you soon.
See you later.